Blatheist. I'm sorry. I'm
Is not blatant
way too white
atheist.
for that.
Manda is not blatant atheist. Hold on. I don't know what's happening. There we go. How's that?
You can fuck it up without me being here. It's
Swear to God, Nick. I swear to God. I was just saying to Amanda, I did the intro flawlessly. I waited till it hit the exact 000 and all the rest of it. Everything was perfect. Grand came in. What the fuck, Amanda? You're not. No. Right.
How was this fucking my fault? Can you introduce our guests, please?
You or Jerome, you know. Everybody, thank you very much for coming back tonight to the PigSty. Apologies for Amanda's distraction. She's an awful woman. Tonight we have another new YouTuber, already at 100 subs. Took me that long to get an interview. So long. What did I find you at? 3, 4 subs, something like that?
I don't even think it was that. I think you were like one of the first 2.
I think I was number 2 or number 3 or something like that. Yeah, something like that. But yeah, already over.
I was like number 7. So
as long as you're in the top 10, you're good.
Amanda's internet cut out. Oh no. So yes, yeah, already over 100. Got his own URL. That fucking quick. YouTube told him to go fuck himself. So Jerome, the floor, sorry, is yours. Go on ahead. Let everybody know who you are.
All right. Hell, now it's awkward. I am the blatant Blatheist. If you don't know what a Blatheist is, just put black in front of atheist and it makes a lot more sense. So blatant.
You're black?
Atheist.
Oh my God.
Shit.
No.
You need a new laptop, man.
Hold that part in.
You need a new laptop. It's the fact he lives in Hawaii.
That might be it.
You know, he's a white guy with just a really good tan. That's what it is.
I dye my beard, you know. This is just sun kiss. All this sun kiss. That's all that is.
So less of us being racist and go on ahead, Jerome. Let everybody know who you are.
All right, so aspiring comedian, husband, father. That's pretty much it for me.
That's a lot, though.
Skeptic. That's the big one. That's the big one. Skeptic.
Good word. But like, excuse me. Go ahead. I'm gonna go get my dog.
Yeah. So we'll just jump straight in with the usual question I go with at the start, man. Is YouTube? What the fuck are you doing on here with all those crazies?
I mean, it really started as like a challenge from like someone on Twitter. I just started following a bunch of other atheists on Twitter, and one of them put out a challenge like, "What's stopping you from doing a YouTube channel?" And I was like, I don't fucking know. So I did it.
And right now you're in your car, probably working off a phone or something like that. But you have a YouTube channel. You do your editing stuff. You can get involved in videos. As we always say to people when they're trying to start something out, it's not about worrying, you know, what it looks like or what the edit production is or anything like that. You know, try and get the fucking audio right, because as we were talking about before we went live, audio is very important. But yeah, just make a video. Just get out there. And funny. I did link your most recent video in the live chat for everybody to watch while they were waiting for the live stream to go live. I haven't watched it myself because I was talking to you for the last fucking hour.
Shame.
It was funny, right? The little backstory from the backstage here was texted Jerome earlier the day, and I was like, look, I was up late last night. Is there any chance that you can go at 10 o'clock my time, 5 p.m. Eastern is what I said to him. And he was like, no, can't go 5 p.m. Eastern. No, I get my lunch at this time. I'm taking it on my lunch break. I'm at work. I have to take it at this time. I was like, right, no bother. We'll go at 6 p.m. Eastern. We'll go at 11 my time, 100%. 3 minutes to fucking 5 p.m. Eastern, he texts me going, where's the link, man? Are we not going live now in like 2 minutes? I'm like, no, we're not. No. Yeah, so a little
It's not my fault.
cross communication on the time zones, but
Like the thing is, like most people probably don't know this. I just moved to Hawaii from Korea, so time is just non-existent to me.
time's relative.
Yeah, yeah.
Did
None
your
of
own,
this shit makes sense to me.
as you say, right? You're in Hawaii now. You just came from Korea. You're a husband, a father, a critic. You don't sound like you're from Korea. You don't look much like a Korean. What brought you to Korea?
Just a little
What,
bit taller.
I'm sure there's a story there. Are you capable of sharing with that? Is it a work thing, a family thing?
I can share that it's a work thing. I can share that. I'm not gonna say what the work is.
Oh, of course,
but
yeah,
it's
yeah,
a work
yeah.
thing.
Moving to Hawaii, then you obviously got promoted because you got beat.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Oh, who doesn't want to live in Hawaii? We were talking for about an hour.
Was the promotion?
Yeah, we were talking for ages before the show, and we were just talking about stuff that we do. And as people who watch the channel know, I've got some bees and stuff like that, and do the YouTube production and stuff and all that there. And he was like, "Man, you know, my life's just too hard. I spend too much time at the beach." Sorry, you
I
know.
mean, who has time to do things when you're on the beach, man? Like, it's just a drag, you know.
So, YouTube, you came about as a challenge. Somebody set it out. He said, make a video. The comedian thing, you didn't just pull that out of your ass. I'm sure
Nah.
you know, the comedian thing is obviously being an atheist, and you've picked the title for your YouTube channel, Blatant Atheist, Blatant Blatheist.
Yeah.
But the comedian thing is your core. You know, I don't see you doing the same sort of stuff as what we would do with the whole, you know, Christians are crazy. Have you met praise? You know. You do the edited videos, you do the comedian thing. So that was always going to be your core, I assume. That's always something that's been... Have you always been a funny guy? Like, you know, Eddie Murphy Raw. Are you that little kid in the living room going...
You know what's crazy? I watched that movie so many times, I memorized that part, and I literally was that kid in the living room. So...
So the comedy's always been something there, like...
Always. Here's the crazy thing. Like when I was a Christian a few years ago, before I started to actually like let the fear of hell and the fear of ridicule and all that go, I dreamed of being a comedian. I always wanted to be one, but I didn't see it as a possibility. I guess once you get rid of the fear, it's like, yeah, why the hell not? What's stopping me?
Well, you're making a correlation there between the fear of hell and being a comedian. Like, so you know, would that be a direct connection? Like, would you say that you didn't delve into the realm of comedy when you were a Christian because, you know?
I mean, it was the fear of like, what are they gonna think if I say this? Can I be honest? But once like I started telling people, yeah, I'm an atheist and I really don't give a shit what you think about it. Like, what can't I say now?
Yeah, well, they're gonna leave the room. They're not gonna, you know, you'll not remember them. If you're good, they'll remember you, but you'll not remember them.
Exactly.
So, were you thinking of going into stand-up, or are you going to use the YouTube as a base and move into stand-up? Is it something that's down the line, or is there many stand-up clubs in Hawaii?
Yeah, there's more than a few. I've been exploring, so we'll see how that goes. But I've done like one open mic as far as stand-up, and I freaking loved it. So that opened the floodgates.
Pardon? Say that again.
Like I did one open mic for stand up, and I just fell in love with it.
Was it the audience feedback, or did you like the attention? Did it roll off your tongue? Were you nervous?
I was extremely nervous, and my first stand up set was done in Korea.
Right.
There was two English speaking people in the crowd, and they were both from, I think one was Australia, the other one was England. So nobody really understood what the hell I was talking about.
So you're in a stand-up club in Korea, right? big tall black man up the front speaking English to a load of Korean people, where two people in the back of the room are laughing because they know what you're talking about, and everybody else is just staring at you, and you loved it.
Yeah, I freaking loved it. And I just kept telling myself, if I get in front of people that know what the fuck I'm saying, it's gonna be nice. I can do this.
So you went with her?
No, I had to go by myself because this is like we had recently arrived in Korea, so this is like a while ago.
Mhm.
And I drove to Seoul, which is like a 2-hour drive from where I was staying at that time. And just like in the middle of the night, just went into this dive bar and was like, yeah, I got some stuff to say. Let's do it.
Whenever you moved to Korea, as you say that it was a while ago,
Mhm.
did you move to Korea as a Christian? Or had you
No,
already
no, I
left?
was
You'd left the
atheist at
faith
that
at that
point.
stage?
Yeah, yeah.
Do you mind me asking what denomination it was?
I would probably say non-denominational, but I grew up Baptist.
Was there something that set you on the journey? Is there a story there? Obviously, as you say, you're Blatant Blatheist, and thanks to Noxum for shouting out for my spelling. Title has been fixed. You know, there's obviously a story. There's something there. Are you capable of sharing that? You know, you happy enough to share that about
Yeah,
your deconversion?
yeah, definitely. So around this, I think I was like 27, maybe 28. So this is like 5 years ago. Damn, I've been an atheist for a while. All right, so it was like 5 years ago. Like it was let's just say a loved one, because I don't want to like expose anybody else, but let's just say a loved one was going through some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They were having questions, and in my grand Christian savior costume, I was thinking, okay, I can really dive into this book and let's figure out how I can help them get closer to God. And the more I read, the more I was like, oh yeah, I remember this from science. That doesn't match anything that's happening here.
That seems
This
to
makes no
happen a
sense.
lot.
Yeah. Like that was the first time in my life that I actually like opened the Bible. I wasn't going by some reading plan. It wasn't a preacher telling me read this paragraph, it'll make you feel this. I just started reading. And then eventually I like just read cover to cover, and it was like, oh, this is a wild ride. This doesn't make sense to me.
That's the thing, you know, and it is something. And as atheists here, as everybody here is, you know, well, not everybody, but a lot of us here were Christians and have left it and have read more of the Bible, and it's a cliche and all that. You read the Bible, you become an atheist. It's not necessarily true. But going to church, they really do, you know, pick and choose now. Because the denominations
Yeah.
have become so what they are, and they really are pushing a message. And in America, not that thank fuck
Especially.
neither of us live in the mainland America. Sorry, Manda. Sorry. You know where the crazies are. Although in saying that, we've just we're gonna change our fucking leader of the DUP over here. And as Dave pointed out, he doesn't believe in the Big Bang because a big cloud of dust can't go boom. Yeah, some crazy fuckers out there. But I've totally lost my trail of thought now because I'm rambling. Yes. Yep,
It
no,
happens.
totally lost it. Totally lost it.
No, but here, like after reading the Bible, I started like looking for more resources.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, let me pull up some debates. Let's see how people are handling these questions that I have now, because now I've got freaking questions. Let's see how people handle these. So I would start Googling, and eventually I ran across someone debating uh this like this small YouTube guy named what is it? Matt Dilla Matt Dillahunty. Yeah, that guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, not too many people have heard of him. He's not that famous for kicking the shit out of Christians. So yeah, ran across him. He was like my first like exposure to atheists
The AXP
talk.
does get out there. The AXP is an awful lot
Yeah,
of it, what we had,
yeah,
and it's good that we have a hub like that, you know, that we can all interact with.
yeah.
I know Dave
And if anybody
watches
was wondering,
AXP.
I was being, yeah. If anybody was wondering, I was being super sarcastic. He's kind of big.
Yeah, yeah. Does be about like, you know, but
Yeah,
you know, it's nice to have a hub. it's nice to have
Mhm.
a channel like that, you know, where a lot of people
Yeah.
can come in and interact and see each other and stuff like that. Sort of something similar what we're trying to do here. I'm not as big as fucking AXP or anything like that, but we do try and do our bit. And if anybody hasn't, check out the description below. Blatant's Twitter is there and his channel is there. Go and sub to the man. Very, very funny. Very, very, you know, got his personal URL and all. You know.
Yeah, he completely held his own in his first show with Dave. So, like, you know,
That's something he said to me earlier, right? And he said to me that he came onto YouTube, didn't know anybody, seen a thing on Twitter, and I reached out to him, and he's like, I wouldn't be this, that, and the other. And it's bullshit, because I've only watched, in all honesty, man, half of your content because I'm too fucking busy to get around. All I do is hit retweet on a fucking button on Twitter. But if it wasn't for your content, the people wouldn't sub, they wouldn't come back, they wouldn't watch, you wouldn't get the views. All right? The phrase that I used earlier is I just shine a light on my bristle or bushel. What's that Christian song? You know, I just shone a light on you. All the work you're...
what
But
are you
that's the
talking
thing.
about?
Where was that light though? I don't think I would have gotten that light had you not reached out though. So I'm always going to be appreciative.
It just
Doesn't
might
matter.
have taken you like
You can
3 more
say
days
it.
to get to 100 subs. That's all.
Yeah. Once you get on Dave's, like, you were at 100 before you came
But
here,
then
man.
I wouldn't be having this conversation with you great people. So
It's all down to the work that Dave put in.
Like, what the fuck did I get myself into?
Did-
People. No, but seriously, like,
did
honestly,
everybody
especially 'cause-
freeze? Did everybody freeze or just me?
No, we're all moving. Manda freezes
Yeah,
sometimes because she's got wonderful Wi-Fi.
Yeah, it's true. I know electricity. But no, you came on to Dave's, and we've been, we used to do Dave's every day, and there's a group of us that have been on most of them, and you showed up on a show where it was the core of us that have been, on it forever, and most people could not handle that, and would have been uncomfortable and quiet and stuff, and nope, you were perfectly at home with it. So
I think I
it was
texted him
very
afterwards and I said, Manda thought you were
I'm-
funny. You've officially passed the Manda test. You're in. Because Manda hates everybody.
No, it's not just about funny though. Like, I don't like a lot of people. So.
I mean, but you guys like made it very, very easy. Like it was a very smooth transition to not knowing anybody to like, oh yeah, these are my people.
Good. I'm glad.
What we have here,
we're
man.
very
We aim for a family. We aim for fun. And you're the comedy relief. You know, when we're having a bad day, we're going to poke in your own. Manda,
Glad to
have
be.
you any
Glad to be.
questions?
I don't. I was distracted because my other son showed up. So sorry about that.
Oh, that's fine.
no,
You've
I
only
see.
been on the show for 2 minutes out of the last 20. You've no questions. What? You're the
I
co-host. Go on.
Literally just. Oh my god.
Sorry, go on ahead with your co-hosting duties.
I don't know. What's your favorite dinosaur?
My favorite
I'll ask Brian's
dinosaur, the
question.
living one. The living ones. I like chickens.
We just had KFC tonight, so we probably haven't had that in like a
here's
year.
I had
the
a
wildest
disaster.
thing. Like when I got to Hawaii, I had no idea. Like, have you guys ever seen Moana?
Ever seen what?
Moana?
Oh yes,
Yeah.
the movie
So,
Robbie.
Yeah.
What?
So was it just like you showed up in Hawaii and you were the one black guy and it was all Moana?
Oh no,
for you?
there's
Was that
there's
it?
plenty. But no, like the thing for Moana is like they have the wild chicken and the freaking pig is her best friend. And I didn't understand that movie. And then I got here and I'm literally walking around on a military base and there's just chickens like pigeons everywhere. Like just actual like what the like is that a rooster? And the dude walking with me is like, yeah.
In saying that,
It's a
man,
rooster,
there's a. Sorry, go on ahead, Manda. Sorry, it's your channel. Go on ahead.
Sheep. they're just sheep just wander around near Robbie's mom's. So
They don't
you
just
know, I get
wander
it.
around. They're in the field next door. But what do wander around just up round the corner is the guy keeps pheasants and stuff. If you go up on a real hot summer's morning or whatever out and the pheasants are taking a chance, you have to slow down going around the corner. If you go around the corner, there'll just be 4 pheasants sitting in the middle of the road going, what? I'm packing here. It's the countryside, woman. What do you expect?
I'm from the country. We didn't have random sheep
I
wandering
near had a
around.
goat the other day.
Missouri,
Fucking
bro.
goat
I'm
escaped
from
out of the
Missouri.
field. like.
I've never seen. Well, I'm from
See?
St. Louis, so it's kind of different.
You've never seen
Kinda
what?
different. I'm from
Yeah,
St.
but I
Louis.
mean, I'm sure you've been outside the city, so you know.
Yeah.
It's
You've
not a
never
thing
seen
here in
what?
America. We
Like-
don't just have like random, animals wandering around.
They're
So-
not random. We live in the countryside. There's a farmer's field next door. It's like it's not random.
Here's the thing. But like the way I grew up, that sounds random as hell.
Yes, see?
Like even
I'm
like
not
the
wrong
floor
about
is
this.
random.
We had to
The
build a
farmer's
solid
field is
brick
random as
wall
hell.
because the
Like-
fucking cows kept scratching themselves against our little tiny wall and knocked the wall down. Like it's just a farmer's field.
Okay. You say so.
Okay, right now we're all
Also, like-
picking on the Irish guy. Everybody's fucking leaving. Can we interview the actual guest, please, Manda?
I just yes. So what are some of your were you watching some of the secular YouTubers before you came into your own? Who are some of your favorites?
I mean, like I was telling Robbie, like I started off with Atheist Experience, and then I started watching Hannah and Jake.
Yeah,
Like they're
Mhm.
amazing.
the video reviews,
Skeptic
movie
Crad.
reviews, yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God, their movie reviews are amazing. It's like the Skeptic Crats, Puzzle in the Thunderstorm. Love those dudes. Jimmy Snow, formerly Mr. Atheist. Like even
Mhm.
like my first video that I uploaded to YouTube was called the Blatheist Experience, kind of a
Mhm.
nod to the
Uh-huh.
Atheist Experience. So yeah,
Gotcha. Gotcha.
that's what I meant when I was telling Robbie, like inviting me into the community. Like I would see pretty much everybody that had been connected to the ACA Atheist
Mhm.
Experience. Like I would see those people, but then like I didn't even realize there were so many of us. Like we have so many voices.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Venn diagrams all over the place.
That's true.
Communities upon
But I think,
communities upon communities.
I think our little community here is
Yeah.
the best. So
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
of all the other communities.
You just say that because I'm the king, which by definition makes you the queen, and you like being in charge. So,
Actually, I was kind of thinking Dave was the king.
oh look, my internet broke.
Oh, that was perfect timing.
I'm
Of
out.
course he shot in. Of course.
All hail King Dave. Thank you,
Take
Dave.
over.
Of course.
Do you have a question for Jerome, Dave? Ask what his favorite bug is. Throw him Brian's other.
Funny
other
now,
question.
Dave, isn't it? It's fucking hilarious now, Dave.
I wasn't sitting here trying to code, not paying attention.
Oh. Well, what's a basic question you usually ask? Come on.
Go on, Dave. One question
Basic
before I
question
kick you out.
usually ask. It usually involves ants and force fields, or dildos,
Or Muppets.
This is
or
true.
Muppets.
This is
Some
true.
good Muppet questions.
Did
If
you
were
know?
if you had to marry a Muppet, which one would you marry?
There you go.
Miss Piggy, of course.
Right, Dave's going off screen. That's enough, Dave, for now.
Dave wants to fuck a Muppet, by the way. If that's kind of canon now.
I think Dave just
Yeah,
wants a
that's
sandwich of
facts.
Bert and
That's
Ernie,
facts.
but we'll not get into that.
Bert and Ernie sandwich.
So, favorite Muppet then, Jerome?
My favorite Muppet, probably Kermit. His voice is hilarious. I've never actually considered that question.
None of us have. None of us have until Dave. Okay, so in terms of your family and stuff, your kids, like, do you plan on letting them know, you're secular? How do you consider introducing that to them or letting them? Because like for
I
me,
mean,
I didn't tell my kid. I let him, like look into all the different kinds of faiths and stuff and decide for himself.
yeah,
Because I don't, I
yeah,
indoctrination of any kind, whether it's from a
Mm-hmm.
religion or even from atheism, but still, if you're shoving that down
yeah.
a kid's throat, they're not old enough to know anything other than what you tell them. So,
Hmm.
how do you
The
feel on
way
that
that
subject?
I've been handling it, like so far, is like if anything comes up, because he'll have questions. He watches TV. He'll say,
Can I
is
ask?
this blah blah blah?
Can we have an
Yeah.
age? Just so I have an idea. I'm just looking to see what sort of age
Oh yeah,
group they
he's
are,
6.
Pet.
Yeah, yeah. My son's 6.
How old? Okay.
6. Yeah.
6.
So like
Oh,
when he asks questions, usually I'll say something along the lines of like, some people believe this, other people believe this.
Yeah.
This is how some people look at it, but I'm not gonna tell him, no, daddy's an atheist. We're an atheist family.
yeah.
Like I'll
So
just yeah.
when Angel was little, like he didn't really have God questions and stuff. Like not,
Yeah,
he just. I don't think he thought about it. My mother used to
yeah,
like bring him to church.
yeah.
I don't know why I let her do that, but I did. And he hated it so much. And eventually,
Mm,
when he was about 9 or 10, he just started reading about stuff. And
mm,
then when he was 11, he came to me. He was like, "Yeah, I don't believe in God. That's it." And that was his decision. And that was when. And I'm sure he
yeah,
probably like he's not stupid. I'm sure he figured out by that point that I was an atheist. Especially you've got like fucking uh, books about it and stuff like that, and and we never went to church, and so,
yeah.
but still, I didn't want to be obvious and be like, this is what I am, because like
Mm-hmm.
especially when you're a single parent, your kid is gonna be like you, and I didn't want him
Right.
to put that on him, so I respect that completely.
And I mean, like right now, all his questions come from cartoons. So like he'll be
Yeah,
watching like Avengers or something, and he'll say, "So it's Thor a god?" And it's like, well, some people believe in it. Like you know what I mean? It hasn't gotten specific as of
See,
yet.
that's
So
something I wanted to
yeah,
focus
cross
on,
that
because if you
bridge.
have that question generally in a Christian family, and not to say
Yeah,
anything about you must believe this, tradition or this indoctrination or this
yeah,
whatever, but it's we believe this. I guarantee you, an awful lot
yeah,
of them, when
yeah,
that question is asked, they will come forth as wonderful. I have been waiting for you to ask me this question. The answer is we believe this. Now I'm
yeah,
paraphrasing and stuff like
yeah.
that there, but as Manda put forth with what she put with Angel and what you're doing, my wee girl at the minute just knows ghosts fucking are real, and knows they're real. They're not fucking real. That's what she believes. Sorry, some bastard's
Yeah.
gonna die, but she hasn't had any God questions or anything like that, and she's quite comfortable with death. She would find dead bugs, and from the moment that
Mm,
she's played with bugs, I'd be like, "That's dead. It means it's not coming back."
yeah,
She'd be like, "This one's dead.
yeah,
It's dead. Oh, this one's moving." So she understands the difference, but no real questions yet.
or
yeah.
she's a sociopath. You never know.
She does squish some bugs, and I do worry sometimes, but we'll work.
That's okay. I am well aware of my own child's sociopathic tendencies, and I'm proud of them.
You
So
threw
cool.
something at my face the other
let's
day for
let's
the
just
reason
say
that it
that.
was funny. Honey, that's not a reason to hit someone in the face with someone because it's funny.
What were you
Let's
going to
just
say,
say
Jerome,
that
before
me and
you
my wife
rudely
have.
interrupted?
Sorry, Mandy, you were
Like
interrupting
me and my
Jerome
wife
there.
have already just kind of elected to not get our son any small pets. It's like, yeah, we'll wait till he matures and then we'll get him a small pet. We'll see.
Don't
Cause he
don't
hunts
get
the
him
hell
fish.
out of a fly.
Like,
No,
definitely don't get a fish.
but no, he's like,
Yeah.
this is another thing that he gets from freaking cartoons. Like he'll ask questions like, "So where's your dad?" And I'm like, my dad isn't here anymore. And like one day he surprised the hell out of me. He was like, "Did he pass?" I'm like, "Did he what?"
Wow. I guess
And he's like, "So he
kids
passed? He's
learn
not
a lot
coming
from
back?" I'm like,
cartoons.
"Yeah."
And so there's the understanding
We
then.
gotta monitor the kid's TV. Yeah, yeah. He's a
Right?
very very bright kid. scared the hell out of me. He is very bright.
That's the goal of parenthood, is make sure your kids are smarter than you so they survive.
Yeah.
So what are some of your inspirations for your comedy sketches? Which, by the way, like I said, everybody go check out it. They're not long, so you're not going to sit there forever. They're very short and they're very funny. So, but what are some of your inspirations? Like, how do you come up with your stuff?
I mean, like, the weird thing is, like, most of the sketches I've done, like, they start off as stuff that I was thinking about saying during like a stand-up set, and then just like, how do I say this? It's way too visual to say it, and that's kind of what birthed the whole channel. I was like, I think I would rather record this as a skit than try to make it make sense through wordplay. So
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense.
yeah.
I can't be funny and I can't act, so I have a great deal of appreciation for what you do. Like we did, our friend Mr. Bear is putting together this thing called Atheist Quest, and so we had to act for it, and holy fuck, I was so uncomfortable. Like I love Bear, I'll do anything for Bear, but man, was I uncomfortable trying to act. So.
I had to pretend to be a fundamentalist Christian from the community that people know. That was insane.
I had to pretend to die of a heart attack. So fuck off.
I couldn't do my script without somebody talking back to me. I can't do the pause and then, especially like one of the lines was "Don't interrupt me." How do you shout "Don't interrupt me" without somebody actually interrupting you? It's very difficult, So I thought I had the mic muted, or Amanda's mic muted, but it was being picked up by the speakers. And whatever the question was, the reasoning Manda came up with why she was annoyed, I was like, and she was like, yeah, it's because you're fucking ginger.
No, I said it's because you're a redhead, and then I corrected myself and I said, well, a red beard.
There you go. There you go. Yeah. So the insults could be out there, like.
No, but trust me, I definitely get that, because like you've seen my sketches, and it's literally me interacting with me. It's not fun most of the time. It's super hard.
I was using that as a selling point though earlier. I was telling a fella at work, and the one where you're doing fucking about in your phone, and before you know it, you're like burying a body in the backyard or something, right? And he was like, I'm talking to this guy, and while I'm talking to this guy, he's on his phone doing that. And I'm like, Raymond, are you listening to me? Yep. I was like, see, this is why he's funny. This is why he's funny.
I try.
Your new video, what's it about? Give us all a spoiler.
So I don't know if you guys are privy to the situation, but a few weeks ago, after I dropped my 100 sub celebration video, I had someone in my inbox pretty much arguing just one single point, that God doesn't condone slavery. Didn't say anything about like the rest of the video, but just kind of started harping on that in my DMs. And eventually, once he got to the point where he couldn't make sense of anything I was saying, or couldn't rebut anything I was saying, he told me I was going to hell. So I decided, I should make a response video to that. Let's turn this threat into a positive.
I usually invite them on, and then get shouted at by Amanda for 2 hours, then talk to them for 2 hours, then get shouted at by Amanda for another 2 hours, going, didn't I tell you that was a waste of time? Oh, look at her. Look, she's flipping out. She's flipping out. This is what parenthood does to you.
Oh, I know. That's why I'm doing. That's why everything you see, like most of the videos
No,
I shoot,
this
they're in the car.
just he opens the window, and I am 2 stories up, and he's just like, you're an idiot. It's just looking out. Okay.
He looked out the window. Okay. Your 17-year-old son looked out the window, and you flipped your shit. If it was 4, like, oh. I small story, Elena, last year, she's 3, we're at the river, the dog runs off, I run after the dog, I come back, Elena's in the middle of the river with a welly boot off, close to a waterfall, going, Daddy, help. It's like, okay, that's fine.
Oh my God.
Oh man, there's pictures like,
Oh,
and the funny thing is, when I went down, I told the dog to stay. I went out, I lifted my daughter, her welly boot fell off. It then ran down the river, so I've got a child under one arm trying to catch a welly boot. The dog then decides to come out to the river to help. He goes over the waterfall. It's only about 6 foot, but he's now being caught up the river in the current. So I've child, welly boot, dog. This is parenting. This is parenting.
yeah, that sounds pretty accurate. Yeah. It's an accurate assessment of parenting. Yeah, parenting.
Yeah. Just deal with it. It's all fucked up. Try and do the best you can. So other than that, Jerome,
Just get
have
'em
you
to
any
18.
goals for the channel? Are you going to be the new YouTube Ricky Gervais? Or are you going to hopefully you could just sit in your bath and do this. Isn't that what he does? No.
I mean, he is like, that's another thing. Like, after I watched all the debates and everything, me having that comedian mind, I started just watching atheist comedians because I used to like brush them off, like, you don't know what you're talking about. You sound silly. And then I came across Ricky Gervais doing interviews, and so I'm like, oh yeah, he's right on it. God damn, yeah, he got it. So I started, like, I really study Ricky.
Yeah,
Like,
his
he's,
earlier stuff I don't really like, but his
geez,
newer stuff and that new
yeah,
show where the wife died
yeah,
and stuff. Like, Manda will tell you,
the
I texted
afterlife,
her and goes, I
yeah.
just watched this. And she texted me back after watching the first episode going, I've been crying for 20 minutes. Why did you make me watch this?
Yeah,
It's
that's
a
a
super
really good
painful
show.
show, but it's really good. It's really good though.
It's so good. Like, I feel
Yeah.
it. I really like, and
On you,
you know, I have
Manda. I
a
lost
weird
my
kind
lighter,
of
so I'm going
human
to go
grief
find a lighter.
anyway. All right, I guess I'm talking to you now alone. Good, fuck him. That's fine.
You always,
Do
like,
you
you say
worry?
you can't be funny, and then you do shit like that.
Like with me, I started as Mama Atheist, but I found that it wasn't really representative of my content so much. I mean, I talk about atheism, but I more talk about like the science stuff or whatever.
Yeah.
Are you concerned that you're going like you you already don't really like super concentrate on the secularism? Are you worried that like you might that just might not be your thing and you might have to change your name sometime?
I mean, I don't think so. Like, I'm pretty much, the name is for the channel. I go by Jerome, so I'm not really too concerned with it. I don't worry about being like typecast because that's what that channel is for. Like,
Mhm.
that's why the whole Blatheist name. That's why that came about, because it's really to inspire other Black people to know, like, hey, I know that your entire family is Christian, and they say that being atheist is that white people shit. But there's plenty of us out here.
Did you read the
Like, really?
description?
I did not know that.
Did you read the description,
Hell
Jerome?
yeah. Mm-mm.
Uh,
I'm on the phone. You know I can't do things.
you could have read it before you come on. No. Tonight we have Blatant Blatheist, a black
Lucky.
and shush. I'm reading it now. You're reading. Do I have to remove you from? There we are. Tonight we have Blatant Blatheist, a black and proud atheist. Also, he's damn funny.
I'll take that.
Really?
It's a very, very accurate description.
Right, she's
Yeah,
slagging
but
me and you're
why-
giving me credit, so I'm going to listen to you because it's about you. Man, to criticize me. Go on ahead, dear.
You're a cunt. You're welcome. So, like, do you think that there is a kind of like disconnect there, in terms of the Black community, it being a little bit harder for them to leave their faith and stuff? Because I think, like, I live in Georgia, and so I'm surrounded with Baptist churches and stuff like that, and which are mostly Black in this area. And I mean, I'm not the fan of religion or Bible at all, but I do see why people would, like, I grew up Catholic, and we didn't know the people sitting next to us in the pew. We do the peace be with you thing and have to touch each other and say peace be with you, but that's it. Like, we didn't talk to them or anything like that. But in terms of more traditionally Black churches, like Baptist
Yeah.
churches, they tend to be a more cohesive environment and community? Do you think that
Yeah,
makes it
I
harder
mean,
for them to leave?
definitely. I mean, it's like history of Black America, especially. Like our communities were built around the church, so
Hmm.
leaving that is leaving your community.
Yeah. And plus,
Very
Yeah.
it's
vibrant
also
churches as well, yo. You know, they have that idea. Is that, you know, as someone who's been through that, would that be, not to say that stereotypes have their, well, they do. Stereotypes have their, you know, their reasons for it. Like, but, you know, you watch, as Manda would say, a Catholic church, and they're sitting down, they're standing up, they're sitting down, they're standing up, they bless you a couple of times, throw some water over you, and then you flip the channel over to the Black church, and you've got 50 big women at the front, and, yeah, holy Lord, and they're having a fucking fantastic time.
Yeah. I mean, I still listen to gospel. Like we make some damn good gospel music but it just doesn't have that same feel, I guess.
Yeah, you don't have that, like, that
Uh,
filled with the Holy Spirit feeling people get when
That's
they hear
something
it.
you can do,
like
Manda, for when we.
that was yeah.
Go on ahead. No, go on ahead, Joe.
What?
I know, but
Wait,
like
what?
that was another. Yeah, I want to know too. I want to know what are we doing. I want to be a part of it. What are we doing?
Well, you're in Hawaii. You know, you can't. Whenever I come to Georgia, honey, considering it's Georgia, we should go to a Black church some Sunday. That Sunday I'm there in your holiday. We should get dressed up in our Sunday best. All right? Ties, shirts. We'll get you a fuck off hat.
Okay.
A big ass hat.
I'm going to say something here. No, I'm going to say something here. You cannot pull that shit off. Like, you can't pull off, yo.
No. I'm
like,
getting away with it
seriously?
because I'm a tourist. I'm a Christian from England.
How are they
The
going to
accent-
know
yeah, the
that?
accent will help
No,
them
because
live.
how are they not going to know that?
The
We're going to
accent
be
will
the
get
only
'em
white
off.
people in a Black church. How are they going to know that? I'm clearly a tourist.
Yeah, but you don't
Trust me,
understand.
like
Well,
he'll be good with the accent.
I have no
Well,
accent.
what about me then? Am I fucked?
No, you
Like-
just don't wear "I'm an atheist and proud" T-shirt, and we'll be, you know,
No, I'm gonna wear my "Fuck the Rebel" flag shirt. That's what I'm gonna do.
big hat, honey,
So
purple, white, big hat, flowers, little book.
no.
You get your wee
my
dainty
Fuck
bag.
the Rebel flag shirt, and everybody will love me.
Think of it this way: you get to buy
I'll
new
fund-
boots. You get to buy new boots.
I could do that.
There's
There's actually there's a Mormon church like practically right across the street from me. I didn't realize it. It's right next to my son's school.
Honey, Black church,
So
lots
far,
of singing,
it's
lots of
started
fun. Not a Mormon church and learn how to fucking build a chair. Right? No, that's not Mormons. That's
What?
fucking. That's not Utah. You know, I don't know. What do you call them? Not Mormons.
Utah is Mormon.
Yeah, they own Utah.
Angel.
Hashtag
You must
proud.
be leaning out of the window at this point.
Am I?
Like
No,
he
no,
has
he's
one
just.
foot out of the window trying to see what's going on.
I'm not even
I hear car
fully
alarms.
I know.
Has anybody in the chat? We have got to 20 people watching. There's a few new names tonight as well. Thanks everybody for coming. Really do appreciate you all coming. Has anybody got any questions for the chat? Sorry, Brian, if you did miss it earlier. I know you come in 5-10 minutes late. Manda's first question was what's his favorite dinosaur? So your question has already been answered. Jerome, have you anything that you would like to say or ask me or Manda or ask the community, or have you any, what's your impression so far? You've been in the community, what, maybe a month?
Yeah, around that.
How have you found it so far?
the-
Have you met any really good friends? You know, any good conversations apart from your wonderful Christian friend in your DMs?
Yeah. As they since like when I started the channel, we were already in the process of leaving Korea to come here, so I haven't been able to like really engage. But now that we've like settled in, I can finally start reaching out to people. But yeah, just being in the chats with you guys like this, it feels very familiar. It's weird to explain. Like you guys just feel very familiar. So yeah, I love it, man.
Yeah, these things happen. I was talking to Drew's book reviews. If anyone hasn't
I
looked
was
up,
muted.
If anyone hasn't seen Drew's book reviews, it's another channel you should be looking up, growing bigger and better if you like to read books and stuff like that. Accidentally was what, you know, we were watching, a lot of people know this story, but I was watching Dave's quiz, I think it was. They made a joke about ball gags, and I texted Manda going, yes, we'll have to get you a ball bag. You look good, but you know, we'll do this, that. Didn't text it to Manda, because I was texting Manda on my phone, and I was texting Drew on the computer, and I continued to text on the computer, and Drew got a message, and I'd known him 2 days, and we hadn't even had an interview yet, and he got a message going, I'd love to see you in a ball gag, and he was like, very friendly, Robbie. Lovely. Check out the thumbnail. I even put a ball gag in his fucking mouth for the thumbnail. Like.
Oh, God.
But yeah, I blame Dave.
Yeah, he was a good sport about it.
Yeah, he was a great sport about
pretty
it.
good friends, so.
Oh, God.
That was pretty fun. Like,
That was
Rob, when it happened, though, Rob was like, "You're no, oh God,
Oh, shit,
doing
don't
We lost one. We lost one. Don't just count them out. Count them out. We lost one.
Gone.
Yeah, it's over. No, because he was a great sport about it.
He was a great sport about it. Like. So, what have you
But
any?
that's how-
Go on ahead, Manda. Sorry, it's your
I was
channel. Go on
gonna
ahead.
say- No, I was just going to say, if we can, I think one of the biggest ways that we bond in this specific little subsection of our community is being able to laugh and stuff, and you know, be pervy with Dave and stuff. Has he any contact with and or watched Mandisa Thomas? I don't know what that is. That's from Dave.
I'm actually like in the Black Non-Believers Facebook group, but that's like as closest contact I've had. I see her on Atheist Experience all the time, but yeah, she's awesome too.
We'll see what we can do.
You know, Robert Reed.
Robert, it rings a bell, but yeah.
Ex-football player,
He's a
built
good
like a
one,
brick
so
shit
bad.
house, hates racism, wants to shout at a lot of racists. It's really funny.
He likes
Right up
getting
my
high
alley.
and tweeting about he's been watching Breaking Bad. He's never seen it before, and he tweets about it while he's watching. He's like freaking out. Like yesterday, he's just like screaming about why is Jesse?
I started following him because you posted about him watching Breaking Bad, and I was telling my wife like, "Yo, this dude hasn't seen Breaking Bad. You have to read these fucking tweets."
It's so funny. It really is like one of my favorite parts of Twitter. And so yeah. But he's I think you guys would get along because he's funny like you. So just asking. Yes, Robbie.
Well, I was just going to say, if Blatant has anything, we haven't had any real questions. Somebody did mention that the ball gags were invented for Karen. And it's also very funny to watch Amanda flip out on live stream. I can't even remember what is the command for the dog? There's a command to tell the dog to be quiet. What is it? Is it? I think it's this. I think that should make the bot tell Leah to be quiet. Oh, knocks him. As always, knocks him. I have to get that sorted, and all going well. I've been doing some extra time and stuff, all going well. We should have that sorted next week. What has been Jerome's most...
Did everybody else see that?
What? Manda doubled.
Like your video jumped, so he just appeared out of freaking nowhere. It looked like one of my videos. That was amazing.
Question from Noxum. What has been Jerome's most controversial moment from religious folk and Jerome's most inspiring, tolerant engagement of the topic of atheism? Angel, just give us 1 second and thank you for joining us.
Most controversial?
Oh.
Yeah, most controversial, I don't know, but I think the most accepting was telling my mom that I was an atheist. Like, that was a huge hurdle for me. Like, I was terrified to tell her. I didn't tell her for like 2 years that I was an atheist. And when I finally told her, she was like, "Okay, I love you. I don't agree, but I love you." So yeah, we're still very close. Like, that was the most tolerant and like amazing experience I've had since being an atheist. Like, that was amazing for me.
It's very good to have that. I've been very lucky as well to Port Granny, as anybody knows. Port Granny turns up here. She turns up Dave's. She turns up everywhere, and she'll hang about up until the point where Dave breaks out his little box of butt plugs. That's about my mum's limit, and then she leaves. She can't take no more. So, yeah, if we can, I just want to say thank you very much to Jerome for coming here tonight. But been great getting to know you, Jerome. It really, really has, and get you more in the panels and things like that. And now that we've figured out not having to use Eastern Standard Time, that there is 11 hours between us. Fuck Eastern Standard Time. It's not the best time. Manda says it's not.
Yeah.
But yeah, if I can say thank you very much to Jerome for coming around, and something that I do want to bring attention to is if anyone has read the description to look for Jerome and they've went a wee bit further, they've probably noticed a wee thing at the bottom called Manda's Moving Marathon. It's something that we've been working on now a couple of days, so we're going to have a 24-hour stream next week starting 5 p.m. Eastern Standard, or we're going to bring a wee bit of attention to it. But other than that, Manda, I think it's best just to let you have your own words, and yeah, you're happy enough with that?
It's unmuted now, so you can. Yes, I am propagandizing. I hate this. I hate this so much. Yeah. So, I guess we'll try to make the story as quick as possible. People know that my Angel and I moved here to take care of my parents. My parents are horrible people, abusive. My father is both, emotionally and physically. It's gotten worse and worse. Since I got sick, he, has been trying to drive us out of the house, essentially. And this past few months have been really bad. I'm scared all the time. He's shut off our electricity. So, because just to fuck with us, we need to go now, but unfortunately, we just need help with it. And yes, we're a little broke right now.
And you can.
Yeah. So, if we're like Robbie said, he's going to do the stream. I'm sorry, I'm really, really bad at this. I hate asking for help, and I don't want to cry. I'm really trying not to cry. But yeah, so that's what we're doing on the 7th. I have a bunch of creators that'll be streaming all in a row, and hoping that everybody will just come and hang for a day with us and have fun. And I appreciate all the support that everybody's already given me. You could, if you don't already know, you kind of knew something was going on. So, but that's why Angel wanted to sit here with me while we did this. So, why are you such a cunt?
I was.
He's twin Jesus. Because he's so skinny.
I don't do crack. I mean, like, I did cocaine that one time, but
okay.
Like crack's different though. That's bad.
So, my son will be joining Jerome on his comedy channel, I guess. But yeah, what's up?
Sorry.
Thank you, Dave.
Like seriously, if I hadn't been told about it, I never would have known you wear that shit well.
I would say I'm used to it, but I was able to hold it together up until a certain point, and just the past few weeks been pretty bad. Pretty bad. He came in and threatened us last night, threatened me, and that pissed him off, and it was a whole thing. We just can't do this anymore. But unfortunately, when we moved here, we had to give up all of our furniture and stuff, like everything we had under the, and they were like, oh, because you're doing this, we'll make sure that we get you, we'll replace it when you leave. And obviously, they're not going to do that now. So.
Yeah, so I was muted the whole time. All I was basically saying is that the GoFundMe, a complete breakdown of everything what we're going for, just the essentials and all the rest of it. And yeah.
All right. Thank you. Love you.
All right. Well, shit. I didn't even look at the time. I've got to go back to work. Got me over here tearing up and shit.
No. Yeah.
Thank you for coming, and this was fun, and we can't wait until we're able to hang out again.
Definitely.
We're so glad to have you in our community, Jerome. Really,
so
we are
glad to be a part of it.
As Manda said earlier,
like
something
you guys
that,
are amazing.
Yeah, something that we fall back in our community as a core is we take the piss out of each other. We all laugh. I don't know if it's because it's an Irish-based community or because it's me that started, but we're all dicks and we all got to make fun of each other. And it's comedy that keeps us together. It's the laughing that keeps us together. And finding someone that is both a skeptic and atheist and is focused on comedy. If all else fails, check out Jerome. He's bound to have a video on a Thursday at 10 o'clock released every week. 10 o'clock UK, 5 Eastern Standard, whatever the fuck time he is in Hawaii.
It's going to be a time. It's going to be on Thursday, and we know it's going to be at a time.
Okay, well, that was the time tonight. All right, sorry. Okay, sorry. But, yeah, other than that, everybody, thank you very, very much for coming. And, yeah, I think we might have an interview on Monday. Just trying to lock in some times. And other than that, we'll definitely be back here for Friday. It's get some coffee, get some weed, get some wine, get some caffeine, get whatever the fuck you need to stay awake for 24 hours. Because, here's Dave.
Excuse me. You do have an interview on Monday.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I know. I have an honey, you're ruined. No, you see? Oh, did I hurt your feelings, Dave?
I literally thought, I was like, did the word "we" just summon Dave?
No, they couldn't be hiding in the back room. Dave, so who's my interviewee on Monday?
Manda.
Oh, is it? No, Amanda will be here asking you questions about your kink. That's all.
No. Hold on. No. There was no agreement to a co-host. Amanda can come in for maybe the last 20 minutes, but I want at least...
No. There was an explicit agreement for a co-host. I said there had to be someone pretty.
Yeah.
Oh,
no, you said there had to be someone pretty. There was not an agreement to a co-host. You were in agreement. The first 40 minutes.
Okay, now this is one conversation I'm actually privy to. He did say someone pretty.
I didn't
Robbie
actually say... The worst thing is...
Hey, hold on. No,
pretty was
Dave,
not the word I used.
Did.
Do I have to go get the mankini?
Robbie
I've lost
up
14 pounds. I'm all muscular and everything now. Like, I'm looking sexy hot. Like, I can be back in 2 minutes. I'm pretty.
Whatever, I have tits. Okay?
Hung like a donkey, honey. Hung like a donkey.
She wins, right?
Thank you.
I was on your side, Robbie. She said the T word, bro.
So on that note, of Amanda's got big tits, I've got a big dick, Dave's got a box of butt plugs, and Jerome's in Hawaii. Everybody here's got something good going on in their life. I hope somebody everywhere has got something good going on in their life. And has anybody anything they would like to add?
Stay skeptic. Shit.
Love you, Amanda.
Thank you, everybody. So, and thanks for coming, Jerome. And fuck you, Dave.
Really, everybody, that in saying that, if I can just guarantee that Amanda's going to cry because she tried to do that to me on my birthday, is the whole reason of starting this community and doing this was to help each other out. was to make connections across the world, was to make changes actually in the real life, you know. And from what started as just a mouthy fucking drunk Irishman tweeting and or not even tweeting, fuck that, typing in live chats, fuck Twitter, typing in live chats, you know, it's the community behind us. It you know, I don't know.
Nice try, Dave.
Words. I'm lost for words. I'll just shout Dave has 2 boxes of butt plugs, at least. I'm just going to... We'll go with that.
All right. Thank you, Jerome, for coming.
Thank you, guys. Oh, yeah.
Think for yourselves, people.